Right, so I'm going to delete this profile which I've just set up, and I'm going to talk you through how to set up the new Stream Vision Ballistics application. So make sure you have the new version available from the App Store or the Android Store of Stream Vision Ballistics. So basically, you're going to have this app to input all your ballistic data in for your Pulsar device, and then you're going to have to wait until the Bluetooth activation is enabled. You're going to have to excuse my parrot in the background. So you're going to have to wait until the Bluetooth activation is enabled for your device. So this will be coming out for the N450 DigiSight LRF, the Trail 2 model LRFs, also Thermion 2 XQ50 Pro, Thermion 2 XG50 and Thermion 2 XP50. The XP50 Pro LRF Bluetooth will be enabled tomorrow, the 4th of May. After that, we'll have to wait for the XG, XQ, etc. models, and that Bluetooth will be enabled for them devices afterwards. So, right, let's do this. Profile. Add profile. We're going to add a profile, and we can, profile name, we can change there if we need to at the top. We can add different profiles also. Reticle brightness, we're going to change we'll change it to 57 Fi. And we'll change it to green. I'm going to show you a better option on how to choose your reticle from one of the other settings on the screens, but roughly we'll do it like that. You can change the brightness. We're going to have bullets set to custom because I'm going to be using an air gun as an example. Ballistic coefficient, we're going to set this to 0.1. G1 is a ballistic profile. Muzzle velocity, we're going to change that to feet per second because I like feet per second. We'll set this to 960. Spin drift, we need to enable that to give us the bullet weight. So 36 grain slug, yes. Length approximately 9mm. I would say the slug is. I guess I can fine tune that at a later date. Caliber, it is 0.250, the caliber of the projectile. Twist rate is going to be a 24-inch twist, and it's a right twist. Rifle scope height, it's a bullpup rifle, so the actual centre from bore to centre of scope is quite high. So we're going to set that to 75mm, which is 3-inch. Zero range, I like yards, so we set the yards, 50 yard, zero. Temperature, air pressure, humidity, I'm going to leave the same. I'm not that bothered. We click save. There we can see that is now set as profile 1. I can change the name to whatever I want to. I can also add multiple profiles. So as far as I'm concerned, that is set, unless obviously I need to chronograph accurately and maybe fine tune the actual BC to get the correct drop. Obviously it doesn't know everything, but it's only as good as the data you put into the application. So we're going to go to calculator. I've already set this to Thermion 2. It's got all different devices. Obviously, you can use this for holdover for other devices. Just because they're listed, it doesn't mean they'll work with the Bluetooth linking. So any of the LRF models that Pulsar have brought out, Trail 2, DigiSight N450 LRF, and the latest Thermion 2 LRF models will all work perfectly with the linking. I'm going to choose XG50. And I'm going to select the profile I've just set up. You could select a different profile if you had another one set up. Now, as you can see from the top of the reticle, it's a green reticle. You can see the crosshair there. I've got my distance on this slider at the bottom. Look, sliding up and down, and it changes all my drop, and it changes the position on the reticle at the top. If I select that, I can then go, right, I want to know my drop for 100 yards. Bang. It shows me the reticle position, the cross, where it should aim at. If I click on the reticle, I can zoom in on it. I can zoom in with the 2 fingers for more accurate viewing. It'll show you my drop, my drift. Obviously, there's a slight spin drift. Click value. That's at 100 yards. Now, I can also click on that reticle, and I can change all my reticle styles to whatever reticle I want on the device. I'm just going to have to neck this parrot in the background, sorry. So I can change this to whatever colour I want. And I can change it to red, green, yellow. Pulsar reticles, best in the business, really great. I like the mil dots. Now, the 56 is a smaller mil dot reticle, which I normally use, or the 57 is the longer one. We'll use the longer one. It's got more of a vertical crosshair for you to see the actual aim point if you went really far out. So that's that. I'll zoom back out of that reticle, and you can see it's showing me where to aim. See, the full application is super slick. Love it, right? So that is the main choice, and like I said, that's the easiest place to change the reticle to get a good look of it, I think, personally. Angle, you can change your angle. All Pulsar devices, major accolade with LRFs, Thermions, Trails have got angle incline. They show you the angle incline. Not only do they show you the angle incline, they also show you the true horizontal distance. So what that does is it'll work out the incline, it'll show you the exact distance, and it'll compensate for the angle. Now, I don't know if this application also takes in that data from the device and uses it. I don't think it will. You'd have to put that angle in separately. I think it just puts in your ballistic data, and it does the projects the crosshair as and when for that data. Also on there, you've got table, so you can have a table, change the table name. You can have a table for each profile. I don't know why that popped up there. So it's set to Thermion 2 LRF XG50. You can change your weather conditions if you needed to. Go back. You can change your distance. Now I'm going to say, sorry if I'm talking quick, I'm just trying to make this as short as possible. We say 200 yards, I'm going to take this calculation out to, and we're going to say 20 yard steps, right? And then angle 0. So there it will show you my elevation and windage all down. So like I say, you could use this for a device that doesn't have an LRF if you wanted to, just for data. Go at the top, press this, and then you could export that as a CSV file if you needed to take it out with you. Or you could just do a screenshot of this if you needed to. So I'm going to save that as well. So there's my table set up. My calculator is set up with the reticle I want. My profile set up. I can have multiple profiles. My settings, change the language, and that's just basic setting options. Now that's all set up. You can log in and it'll connect to Stream Vision itself. But once that's set up, you've got connect device. Now you need to wait for your Bluetooth to be enabled on your device itself. Once that is, and you've updated your firmware, you can then connect the device, and this will put that data into your LRF model, and then when you scan and it's enabled within the menu function, you can then project your LRF, your aim point on the crosshair in tandem with the LRF, taking all that into account, and it makes it a super fast, slick device just for accurate holdover, especially with loopy trajectory calibers like air guns, rimfires, or even if you want to push the distance out with bigger bore calibers, centre fires. For me, this is really, really good sort of an application to do all this. Normally I'd use True Mil Dot LRF, compensate because I knew my True Mil Dot was a fully scaled, I could hold over accurately. This, I don't even need to do that. It's going to be instant. So quick, and I've been waiting for this for a long time, as have a lot of other people.